Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Before I start to deliver my speech, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Norhasanah. I am a student from SMA Negeri 1 Kumai, Kota Waringin Barat. In this occasion, I would like to present a speech under theme Online Learning During the Pandemic Situation. I give my speech a title, Online Learning During the Pandemic is the most effective way to maintain the continuity of our education. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have known that the pandemic has been going on for a long time, this condition certainly affects all aspects of life, one of which is in the education aspect. Our education has been hindered due to this pandemic. However, it cannot be left alone, even though there are many obstacles that education must continue to run properly. One way to overcome this problem is with online learning. Ladies and gentlemen, online learning is education that takes Online learning is education that takes place over the internet. It is often referred to as e-learning among other terms. However, online learning is just one type of distance learning, the umbrella term for any learning that takes place across distance and not in a traditional classroom. Online learning is a method of education whereby students learn in a fully virtual environment. First introduced in 1990s with the creation of the internet and utilized in distance learning. Online learning, also called e-learning, is most prevalent in higher education, enabling students from different geographical areas to engage with an academic institution and other students online and learn flexibly at their own pace while working towards a degree or certificate. Online learning refers to an internet-based learning environment that can connect students of diverse backgrounds who boast different perspectives. A higher education institution will use a learning management system or LMS to facilitate online learning, which can take the form of asynchronous learning, where students are not required to be online at the same time and utilize discussion threads and emails to complete coursework, or synchronous learning, where students must be online at the same time. Why online learning? Here are some reasons. Firstly, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in schools shut all across the world. Globally, over 1.2 billion children are out of the classroom. As a result, education has changed dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. What happened? Okay, we understood the COVID-19 virus spread from human to human. That means we must limit the activities that involve humans. Schools is one of place where people, especially children and teenagers, gather all day from Monday to Friday. Schools accommodate hundreds of students and teachers that make the virus spread easily. Schools accommodates hundreds of students and teachers that make the virus spread easily and infect everyone. In other words, school can become a dangerous place for students and teachers. Changing the teaching and learning process from offline to online is the most reasonable way to avoid the risk of getting infected by the virus. Secondly, by doing online learning, we reduce the mobility of the students so they don't have to leave home. Students still can get lessons from the teachers by using any kind of social media such as YouTube and WhatsApp. Teachers can use Zoom or Gmeet to do live teaching with their students. This can be done since our technology and devices allow us to do it. We know that our technology is growing and getting more advanced to support our life, including our education. So why don't we use it for our advantage? Ladies and gentlemen, reducing mobility is also one of health protocols that need to be carried out. Namely, not to leave the house unless there is an urgent situation. The more time you spend outside the home, the higher the exposure to the COVID-19 virus. Therefore, online learning is also very effective to prevent COVID-19 virus transmission. In addition, with online learning, it means we also apply social distancing. The government encourages people to implement social distancing or social restrictions. Social distancing is one of the steps to prevent and control coronavirus infection by encouraging healthy people to limit visits to crowded places and direct contact with other people. Online learning, which is done from home, can prevent the transmission of COVID-19 virus among students and teachers. Therefore, everyone can stay healthy and safe. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot stop the education program just because we have a pandemic. We must do our best and use any equipment that we already have to keep the education. Based on what I have mentioned, it is something that we cannot deny that online learning is the best way we can do to maintain the continuity of our education. Well, I think that's all I can tell you for this time. I thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.